Hi, I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin, and I'd like to welcome you to my scrapping space. Each Monday, July through December, during our Merry Monday, I share a Christmas card idea with you. Today, the Christmas card has great impact and is so easy. This is a perfect card if you need to make multiples of a Christmas card. Very, very easy, but as I said, delivers a lot of impact. I can't wait to show you how easy it is to make. This is the pretty card we're making. Doesn't that have great impact? And it just has a one-piece cover for the front and a die-cut piece with a little bit of ribbon. But it really does deliver. Doesn't that shiny look great? Let me show you how easy that is. I think the key to this is our embossing folder. The embossing folder is called Whimsical Woodland, and it's in the mini catalog July through December. Notice how thick it is. This is called one of our 3D folders, and we treat it a little different when we run it through our cut and emboss machine. Should we do that one first, and then we'll go from there? We have a silver foil that has 3 different kinds of silver in it. I'm using what I would call more of the standard silver, but any of them in the package would work. So let's look at our cut and emboss machine. Remember, we always use plate 1. That's always going to be there. And with a 3D embossing folder, we just need plate 1 and plate 4. I'm going to move my paper over a bit because it's easier for my cut and emboss to grip my work surface rather than the paper. So I have plate 1, and plate 4 is easy to find because it's the gray one. Let's do a quick review about using embossing folders. We always want to put fold first, and we want the Stampin' Up! Logo on top. And my card is going this way, so I want my card front to go this way, as opposed to if my card was going what we would call horizontal. I'm going to line it up on that black line that Stampin' Up! Was kind enough to include on there. For this design, it doesn't really matter. I just feel like I have it straighter if I use that. Fold first. When I close this, I've captured some air in there, and by pushing it through fold first, my cut and emboss is not fighting that air. It's just actually pushing it out as it goes. And I'm going to lay this down so I have plate 1, my embossing folder, fold first, and plate 4. And then I'm just going to run it through. You don't want to back up on an embossing folder. I'm just going to pull my machine back because otherwise it's going to hit the camera stand. And let's look at what we have. There. Get rid of these. And here's our wow. Doesn't that look great? So you went from this to this. Before we put our embossing folder away, we're going to do one more thing with it. If you've watched my videos before or seen my Facebook Lives, you know that I'm always saying no naked envelopes. We don't want to make a beautiful card like this and then just send it in a blank, boring envelope. So we're going to emboss the envelope flap also. So everything comes back. Now, when you're embossing your envelope flap, we want to emboss just this part. And we want the trees going this way. There's a direction. So I'm going to lay it like this and break my rule about always sending it fold first. You can't when you're doing this. There we go. And I'm just lining it up so I see embossing right at the fold. And we're going to do the same thing. Lay down our plates, a plate 1 and a plate 4. Making sure my embossing folder is in there, straight. And then I'm gonna just, you hear that little bump because you have it drop off, like it comes off on there. We're gonna set these aside. Get our workspace back. And we have an embossed folder. And guess what, guys? I did it upside down. Our trees are going the other way. It really won't matter. What you want it to look like is this, with the trees going here. So what I want to be doing with my folder, let me grab another one and show you. I won't get the embossing folder out. In order to make that work, you want to emboss it from the top. So you just see the tops of those trees. I'm guessing anyone who gets my embossing folder will be fine with it. They may not even notice that my trees are upside down. Okay, let's do our stamping next. I've set up my stamp apparatus so that I can stamp both the front and the inside at the same time. I'm using the stamp set Joyful Flurry. I have Joyful Wishes on the front, and it's a Season of Magic and Wonder on the inside. I've drawn where my pieces go, so this way I can make multiples of these cards. I know where to land things, and it's so fast and easy. And if I don't get the image I want, as long as I don't move my papers and take the magnets away, I can just stamp it again. My card base is Starry Sky, so that's what I'm inking it up in. We're also going to use a touch of Starry Sky ribbon. I tend to like the little ink spots. You buy them blank in our catalog, and then you can ink them whatever color you want. I have a lot of trouble with arthritis in my hands, and these are easier for me to hold. So this is what I tend to stamp with all the time. Now, when I'm inking up, I'm using a soft touch. And then I have a little bit of thread that just came off of, or fiber that came off my ink spot. And I want to get rid of that before I stamp because it's going to leave a mark on my paper. So we're going to get rid of that. And now this is where you want some muscle. Just like that. For me, I have better strength on the heel of my hand. Other people like to use their fingers. It's really what works for you. Either way, the stamp apparatus has made stamping so much easier for me. There we go, and in one. All right, let's assemble our card. There's our front, there's our insert, and I'm going to keep stamping when I'm off video, so I'm not going to stop and clean, but if this was being put away, you of course would want to clean your stamp. Let's just set those aside, and let's assemble our card. Our card base is Starry Sky. All the dimensions and the directions can be found in the blog post underneath this video. I'm going to make a tight, crisp fold here. And before I attach this, I'm going to attach the other pieces to our front. So you could just attach this to here, but I felt like I wanted some other transition to there. So I grabbed Starry Sky, and the ribbon is called Metallic Woven Ribbon. As you can see, very pretty, a little bit of bling. We seem to have that kind of going here, and easy to use. So I'm going to start with it on the back, and I'm going to start it about an inch from the bottom. So I'm using my grid paper, and that's 4 squares, because each of these squares is a 1/4 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to attach it right there. I'm going to grab just some tear and tape. I love using tear and tape. It's such an easy adhesive. So I'm going to make sure my card is straight. I'm going to attach this, and then I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to trim. And then I'm going to just putz a second to make sure I'm straight. And one of the ways I'll know I'm straight is by laying it back down on that grid paper. So watch, we're 1 inch off, and see how far down this ribbon is? I don't want that. So we're going to bring those up a little bit. And you want to do this before you attach the other side. So that one's there, then this one. And let's see how we're looking on the front. Much better. I'm just going to bring this a little closer. There we go. That's not looking bad at all. All right, again, let's tape. This is an easy adhesive to use. And it really is tear, as the name implies. Tear and tape. There we go. Now we're going to attach this to our card front. I'm going to use a little bit of green glue. You could also use a tape runner. I have some customers who prefer tear and tape. They use that to attach their card pieces. So whatever you want. I got a little crazy with my green glue right here, and I'm going to quickly cover that up because I don't want my card to land in it. So we're just going to grab a little. There we go. That will take care of that. So I'm not going to end up getting glue where I don't want it on my card front. Okay. We're going to line this up, line this up. There we go, before I push it down. That's the trouble. I keep putzing with things to get it where I want it. There we go. So we have a card front. Oh, so pretty. And I got a little carried away with green glue here, so I'm going to remove it. There. All right, now our joyful wishes. I'm going to use some dimensionals and just add, have them pop up a little bit. I'm grabbing some pieces here. There we go. Then I'm going to peel the backing off. So easy. I love these little dimensionals. And as long as you just do one layer, like as long as I don't put two on here on top of each other, they go through the mail really easily. That's going to go right there. That's also kind of holding your ribbon in place. Remember, we've already stamped the inside of our card. So I'll try not to be so crazy with the green glue this time. There we go. That's going on the inside. So how quick and easy was this card? It has lots of impact. And if you didn't want to use the Starry Sky, I mean, really, this silver would go with so many things. You could do Night of Navy. You could do a deep red. You could do a deep green. Pick up colors of trees. That'd be pretty, too. Like emerald or the shaded spruce. So there we are. Here is our card. How easy was that? Thanks for joining me for my Merry Monday. As I said, you can find all the directions and a supply list on the blog post below. I appreciate your support of my business by watching my video. If you like what you saw, please hit subscribe. And if you know of any fellow crafters who also might enjoy watching the videos, please share. Let them know about my YouTube channel. This is Scrappin' with Joni. Until next time, take care, stay well, and remember, keep creating. It's good for you.